Hey guys, Will from Van Diemen here. Welcome to the farm. We're under the big oak tree this afternoon, taking you through one of our new Australian spontaneous ales, Elderflower. It's a Lambic-inspired fruit beer with the addition of elderflower flowers and also an addition of some beeswax and a little bit of residual honey that came from hives on the farm just up over in a couple of paddocks here. Barley's with us down here. He's chewing on a bone. He doesn't want to get on camera, but he thoroughly enjoys this, and I'm going to take you through what it is. So, this was a really exciting beer to produce. Normally, our spontaneous beers, they take a hell of a lot of time to mature, to age in their oak barrels, and really develop the complexity of what we're actually after in the finalised beer. This was a weird one. So, December last year, almost 12 months ago, we got a really cold blast of weather through Tassie, which we're not unaccustomed to, and it went down to under 4 degrees overnight, which is optimal conditions for us to brew a spontaneous beer. At the same time, there were some elderflower trees on the property that were absolutely in full bloom. So we took the opportunity to do this spontaneous beer at the same time as adding into the cool ship, which is a large vessel that we utilise to inoculate the sugar-rich wort from the brewery, to allow yeast and bacteria to land on the beer and then go through its spontaneous fermentation. So we put a heap of this elderflower blossom, which was incredibly aromatic while we were doing it, into this hot beer, or hot wort, in the cool ship, left it overnight out in front of the brewery, and within 3 months, so after the next morning we transferred it into oak barrels, within 3 months that beer had completely fermented out dry. Normally we would expect to see that after potentially 12 to 18 months in a spontaneous beer, but this was just an incredibly, obviously favourable evening in which we pitched this, or we did this spontaneous beer, and the addition of the flowers sped it up to the point where after 3 months it was completely dry, but the character of this elderflower was still there. So at the time, the perfume coming out of the beer was phenomenal, and nothing's really changed. It's a characteristic elderflower character which comes out of the glass. And then there's this really exquisite lime sherbet character that flows across your palate. And there's this bite at the back of the palate, which I wouldn't have expected for a 12-month-old or slightly less than 12-month-old spontaneous beer. But something about the elderflowers has just kicked this into gear and thrown it a new lease of life, which we weren't expecting. And this is one of the best things about these style of beers. We can predict and try and work out what's going to happen, but at the end of the day, as brewers, we lose control over it. So we try and coerce, we try and manipulate, and we try and guide where the beer wants to go. But at the end of the day, nature's going to take its own course, and we are sometimes left with beer that we have to dump down the drain, but then other times we're presented with something like this, which is just exquisite. That lime sherbet character, I mean, it's still in the back of my throat now. Less than 12 months of age, a nice little 6.5% alcohol. It's fresh, vibrant, and effervescent. We're just about to brew another one because this is phenomenal, and regrettably we've only done 1,000 bottles of it. So look out for it, grab it, you won't be disappointed, and it's something really special that is harnessed, harvested, produced, and then enjoyed right here on the farm. Cheers guys, enjoy.